Okay, so for this activity, um, the first step in understanding why the population of newts changed over time is to learn more about what a population is and how it can be described. So once we know how to describe a population, we can recognize when a population has changed and describe that change. So in this activity, we're going to begin by answering the question, how can we describe a population by observing individuals in a population? So again, the investigation question is, how can we describe a population? We are going to examine butterflies. And butterflies, a population in a certain area, and we're going to look at individual butterflies. So if I look at card 1 right now, I can see that the butterfly has 4 wings. And 3 of the wings are mostly yellow, so the ones on the left and then the bottom right are mostly yellow, and 1 wing is a combination of black, orange, and brown. So what you're going to do is you have a couple options here, and so I just want to first apologize that we kind of got to do this on the internet at home. Like, I'm trying to make this work as best as possible. In class, I'd be handing you each one of these cards, and you'd be looking at these cards separately. I can't do that, and even to try to do that would just be really time consuming. So you have a couple options. I just want you to look at one or a few of these cards. So I'm going to leave the screen on this page for a few seconds, and you can pause it or look at it, and then I'm going to go to this page, and then I'm going to go to this page, and then this page, and then that's it, the last one. So you can observe a butterfly that way, or the other option is I have added a file here, this file in Canvas under the 1.2. So natural selection 1.2 butterfly cards. There's other things in this file like vocab words, but if you just look at this file and scroll down, you'll be able to see the butterfly cards. So if I open this real quick, or not real quick, you can see there's other stuff going on here, but if you scroll down far enough, you can see the butterfly cards. They're right there. So those are your choices. You can look at this file if the video is not clear or for some reason you don't like looking at the video. Or you could just look at this video and pause it. So what you'll do for this activity is you're going to observe the butterfly closely and describe it here. So I'm going to leave this up for about 5 seconds, and so if you want to do a butterfly on this screen, 1, 2, 3, or 4, pause it and then go over to amplify and describe it. And if you want to do it on another page, just pause it when I get to that page, or go to Canvas and download the file and do it that way. I know it probably sounds confusing, but the goal is to just observe one of these butterflies and describe it and write it down here. Observe it closely and describe it. So I'm going to leave this up for a few seconds. And here's the next page. So if you want to do this page, pause it and then describe it in Amplify. And then I'm going to go to this page. If you want to do a butterfly from this page, pause it and go to Amplify. Same thing for this page. And then here's the last page. So once you are done describing your butterfly in here, you probably want to pause the video while you describe it. And so then once you're done, play the video again. and I want you to think about all of the different butterflies. So what was one thing that all the butterflies had in common? So you can go look back at the video, or you can look at the print in Canvas and think about some things that they all had in common. So you might be thinking about that they all had color on their wings, or that they all had four wings. I want you to now think about what was different about the butterflies in the group. So what you might be thinking is that some had spots and some didn't have spots. Some had more yellow, some had less yellow, some had more yellow, brown, and black combinations. So there's lots of variations going on. So we're going to focus on one color for a minute. So all of the butterflies had a color or multiple colors on their wings. Wing color is an example of a feature. So a feature is a characteristic that all members of a species have, and it can vary between the organisms. So these butterflies all have wing color. That's a feature of the butterfly, that they all have wing color. And their wing color varies between each different organism. So if I go from one butterfly to the other butterfly, their wing colors vary between those two organisms. So this is a feature that they have. Now the different versions of this feature, like yellow, orange, like down here, or black, or this purple, these are called traits. So the feature is that they have different wing colors, and the different versions are called traits. So that's the next page on Amplify, and this is a pretty big vocabulary word for this unit, is that a trait is a specific organism of a specific characteristic of an individual organisms. So these butterflies all have a feature of wing color, and their variations or their specific characteristic are their traits. So this butterfly number 1's specific characteristic of wing color is different than butterfly 2. So they both have that same feature. They both have wing colors, but they have different wing colors, and so therefore those different wing colors are their traits.